There's currently an oncologist known as Charles J. Ryan who has spent his entire career taking testosterone away from men because that's how you treat advanced prostate cancer. Typically, this cancer tumor feeds on testosterone, and so when you shut off the supply and keep it off, sometimes for years, that is able to keep the tumor at bay and stop it from growing. But what this has done is that it has put this oncologist in a very strange position because he's one of the only people on earth who has seen men with testosterone and seen them without testosterone. And the things that he's noticed are very interesting. We've all been told that testosterone is this aggression hormone and is the reason why men do all the terrible things that they do. And so if you take it away, you'd expect that men get calmer or less aggressive, or maybe a little bit softer around the edges like your grandpa, whose testosterone has dropped throughout the ages. But what actually happens is a lot of them just lose their drive completely. No, they do not get softer. No, their temper doesn't mellow out. What he observed was that they just don't feel the need to do anything. The part of them that wanted them to compete and get mate or get money or get families just goes away, which tells us that we've really been describing this hormone wrong for 50 plus years, because testosterone really isn't an aggression hormone. It's more of a status hormone, and it pushes you towards whatever behavior earns you the most status, be you man or woman. And that status, depending on your background or where you are, can be things like violence or generosity or reliability or just being the guy that everyone counts on. And there is one study that settles this definitively. Researchers gave a group of women testosterone and they put some of them on a placebo, which means that there were some of these women who didn't get this hormone. And then they had these women play a game where they proposed how they were going to split a pot of money with a stranger. None of these women knew whether they had been given testosterone or not. And so the women who actually received testosterone made fairer offers than the women who did not, or the women who were on the placebo. Remember that the women who were on the placebo believed that they had been given testosterone. And so because they had this belief, they made significantly worse offers to the stranger. And so the belief about this hormone in their brains just randomly changed their behavior more than the hormone actually did. And so we've been telling this story about testosterone and men for so long that it's almost like we try to justify the actions of men on testosterone. Another thing that is surprising is that there is no fixed lab value for testosterone. It climbs when you compete and when you win, and it also drops when you lose. And this even shows up in sports fans who do not play in the game that they are supporting. This even showed up in men who were followed up for several years, and it was realized that when men became fathers, it led to them having a drop in testosterone, with a lot more men even having a sharper fall when they did a lot of childcare. This was as a result of the system reading the room and moving their efforts out of this competition mindset into a more fatherly role. And it's because the cultural signal, the cultural reward is being a good father. And so if you're ever with a man that suddenly seems mellow or overly aggressive, don't blame it on a hormone. Blame it more on